us through maybe an example that you've where you've included the community and the stakeholders? Because I think what I want to hear an example from you, but then start to ask questions around like, when did you include? Why did you include? Who did you include? So maybe
Yeah,
let's start with an example and then I can dig a little bit deeper.
yeah. Uh, and I think you're right. Like no matter what your role is, there's a way to expand this circle of connections. But a story that maybe just gives some insights into my experience and some opportunities. When I was new as superintendent, I was meeting with a lot of different community agencies that provided support at our schools. And Vista is a wonderful community. And one of the things that makes it wonderful is its diversity. And there's a very high percentage of students that qualify for McKinney-Vento homeless services. So there are a lot of community agencies that were trying to provide support to these students who had housing instability. And this is a true story, but we had two continuation high schools. We had a community agency that at one school was providing free shoes for the students, many of whom were homeless. At the other school, we had a different community agency that was providing socks for the students, many of whom were homeless. And I asked the question of each of them, do you know about this other organization? Because it'd be great if the kids had socks and shoes, and like, you're doing amazing supportive work. It's very generous. It's what we need. But how can we connect these things? And that led to I basically just started mapping out all of these different community agencies. And after a few months of having individual interactions with them, I decided to call a community meeting and invite them all into one space and have them introduce themselves to each other. What is the work that they're doing? How are they contributing? Where is it happening? Is it the north side of town, the south side of town, all of that? And so we ended up in this room with 60 different community agencies, all doing amazing things in the schools. And most of them had no idea about the other organizations that were, in some cases, doing similar things, in some cases, doing different things. And that set the stage for us to end up with a very organized collective impact initiative that ended up having hugely beneficial results across the community. But it's really taking this idea of how can I be a connector? Because a lot of the value in that whole process wasn't me as the intermediary. It was these organizations making connections among themselves for the benefit of our learners. So hopefully that story is a little illustrative of, all of us can be connectors. All of us can expand that circle by inviting people in and being the social host as the leader.